Good morning, everybody. I am in the process of scaling Exclaim Jesus. Exclaim Jesus. We are primarily a hat company, but we are expanding. Let me get into that. We're expanding, and I want to talk about what it has been like growing this business, operating a scaling business, because we are scaling more than ever. And so it is incredibly, I've ran and tried a lot of different businesses, but apparel has been sort of like extremely unique because it's a physical good, and there's a lot of like pay before you sell. There's just like so much that goes into apparel. And one main primary revelation for me has been scaling through the uncertainty. Anytime there's uncertainty, especially when you have momentum, and we do have momentum. There was a time in my life where when there was uncertainty, I just kind of stopped. And then if there was any momentum, which I don't know that I've ever had momentum like this ever in my life, but if there was even a shred of momentum, it was gone. Like the momentum stopped. And momentum, it's like, it might be like kinetic energy. Is that what kinetic energy is? It's like once it goes down, once it goes down the thing, it can hit the loops, and it can go and keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going. I think it's kinetic. And someone correct me. But now at this point, it's like, yes, things aren't perfect. And what I mean by perfect is I haven't necessarily nailed the perfect product, and what I mean by that is there are certain things I would change, certain little details. My supplier, not perfect. They're great. They make a great hat, but there's some intangibles that are not perfect. And I could stop and try to find perfect, but if I stop, momentum goes, and now restarting is harder. It's so much harder. So at this point, I'm just keep momentum at all costs. Of course, we never jeopardize our values within God's guidelines, of course. And this is what happens. I think this is what happens to people in business, especially. Even faith-based, value-based, mission-based businesses, is they understand there's this momentum that's happened. They finally have momentum. Momentum can maybe be like a drug, and it's that's maybe when people start to jeopardize their values for the sake of momentum, but not here, never here, because momentum is imperishable.